a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure to be here on this call. And thank you very much for allowing me this time that I can be able to bless some people. And so thank you very much. What a joy. So, hey, everybody. Well, thank you very much for joining. Again, as mentioned, they call me Dr. Breakthrough. I always got to give a disclaimer, and that is as Dr. Breakthrough, just so you know, I can't provide the breakthrough. I just prescribe the breakthrough. But when people follow the breakthrough prescription, God Almighty provides it. Now, what's a breakthrough? That's a great question. It's exploding through barriers that at one time seemed insurmountable. By the way, have you ever noticed when you set your mind out to do something good, seems like there's barriers in the way? And all of my early life, I always thought the barriers were made to stop me. And then, get real religious. It's like, well, maybe God doesn't want me to do this. And then one day it dawned on me, you might want to write this one down. Any barrier that God didn't make was made to be broken. Oh, come on, somebody. Oh, come on. Let me say that one more time. I said, any barrier that God didn't make was made to be broken. So I believe God wants you and I to be record breakers. Live Good's a record-breaking concept, record-breaking company. And my friend, we all have been blessed by Live Good. So guess what, my friend? We want to make sure we hit that million mark by December 31st. I'm going to give you a few simple, practical things that I did. And then I'm going to switch real quick and give you a full training about how I became, because my life was a mess. And my main message in life is real simple. Every master was once a mess. Therefore, every mess can one day be a master. Let me say that again. Y'all didn't get that. Let me say it again. Matter of fact, text somebody, say, look, don't miss your breakthrough. God gave this to me early this morning. Get this now. More breakthroughs than ever before in 2024. More, who's ready in the chat? How many of you like to have more breakthroughs than ever before in 2024? In the chat, say me. Matter of fact, let me go and put that in the chat myself because that's me right there. Come on now. So there you go. That's right. More breakthroughs. Get this now. More breakthroughs than ever before in 2024. And I believe Live Good could be a great part of that. Now, again, everybody's spoken about how great Live Good is. I'm going to share with you some things, and I'm going to show you how my goal was to have 31 people sign up for this month because of the contest, but I messed up. I'm already at 42. And now that they give me a little bit of recognition, I'm gonna have to go ahead and break through that too and go through even further. But I want to show how everybody in Live Good could be get this now, could be a bronze in one day if you do what I teach you today. I said, everybody could be a bronze in one day if you'll take what I teach you today, and what I want you to really do is to teach it to other people. See, the greatest book ever written says in 2 Timothy 2:2, in the things which thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, it says, the same commit thou to faithful men, and that word man is mankind, who shall be able to teach others also. So I need to ask you, are you a faith? Now, you don't have to be flashy. You don't have to be super. No, but are you faithful? Because faithful just means you show up. By the way, you showed up today. So how many of you would consider yourself a faithful man or a faithful woman? In the chat, put faithful. Put the word faithful. Put the word faith. I mean, you showed up this Saturday. You showed up last Saturday. So put the word faithful, because I can't talk to you. I can't teach you unless you're faithful. And I'm going to teach you so you can be also to teach others. And by the way, just so you know, I posted on Facebook the other day, the only thing good about me is the God who resides in me, who works through me and then works with me, because he says I get to be a co-laborer. Oh, come on, somebody. That's good. Is that good or extra good? All right. So here we go, my friend. So again, here we go. I want to show you some things. Before I get started, I want you to see this blood pressure. This is my blood pressure before I started taking Live Good products. On the right, on the left, 160 over 114. And then you see just a couple weeks later, and then you see literally less than a month is down to 107 over 82. Hello, somebody. That's called super reds. That's called factor 4. That's called magnesium, my friend. So listen, I want you to understand this. You have something powerful in your hand. Take a snapshot of that. I'm going to tell, see, men can lie, women can lie, even preachers can lie, but numbers don't lie. All right. So numbers don't lie. So there you go, my friend. Now, also, let's go a step further. Let's go a step further. How about, let's see if I can pull this up. Because of these products, my friend, I was able also to lose some weight. Now, listen, I just want you to understand, you know the value of what you have, but I wanted to show you the value tied in to my experience. Because see, guess what, my friend? Write this down. Nothing works until you do. Let me say that again. Nothing works until you do. See, I got, like, for instance, I got a powerful book. Your breakthrough is guaranteed, right? I got a book, How to Build a Big Team Fast. Guess what? It doesn't do people any good if you just buy something, right? It's not called shelf development. It's called self-development. Come on, somebody. And some people, they buy the product and put it in the shelf. If you put it in the shelf, it doesn't work. You got to put it in the body temple. All right. So once you do that, my friend, and you do it consistently, I'm going to show you. Hopefully you can hear this. Des, let me know if they can hear this once I want to see if I can play this for you, just real short. And then I'm going to get something, and y'all got to write quick. So is it okay with you if I share with you how I lost 40 pounds, 8 inches, and stabilize my blood pressure with these products? Is it okay? Yes and yes in the chat. And Des, can you answer for them? Is it okay if I share that with you? Desiree.
Yes, yes.
Okay, let me know if you can hear this, okay?
I lost over 40 pounds, 8 inches,
yes.
Stabilized my blood pressure. So all the following is presented as personal opinion, not mean to be medical advice or in any way to be an endorsement of any of the treatments or items listed. Always consult a physician for all medical advice. This document can contain errors and omissions and should not take the place of medical care. Day number 1 about live good fast. 308 pounds. I know. But my super reds and my greens, like with the right, you can see this is what I look like on day number 1. Hey, day number 10. See that, my friend? 294 coming down. I added this factor 4, and I hope you see the blood pressure. Oh my goodness, went down like crazy. Went down like 281. 281. Much it's dropped, my friend. Come on. All right, day 32, 278. All righty. Wow, I dropped 50 points, top number 30 on the bottom. All right, 32 days later. Quite a difference, would you say? So come on, 36, 276, 276. All righty. Look at that pressure. Don't forget to exercise. 270 is the end of my live good, breakthrough, live good fast. So I started it. All right, so here's the end result after the 48.
You want manzana?
8 days. All righty. You can definitely see there. So big difference. So again, I'm not a medical professional. The information provided in this video should not be substituted for the advice of an appropriately qualified and licensed healthcare provider. The information provided here.
All righty. Is that in the chat? Talk to me. Is that good, or extra good, or super good? So how could you keep something back from somebody that could help them get results like that? Hello, somebody. So real quick, here's what I'm gonna share with you. Now, just so you know up front, some of you won't agree with this. Matter of fact, I don't always agree with myself. Right? That's why I keep growing and keep changing, right? And some of these methods that I'm using, you may not use, but if there's something in here that's good for you, just go ahead and use it and take it. But I want just to set the tone before I do this and just show you something. Take a screenshot of this, because then I'm gonna give you this. So Buckminster Fuller said the greatest thing ever. He said, you never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. And that's what we're all doing here, my friend. See, we're building a new model that's making the existing model obsolete. So we don't have to harp on the existing obsolete model. We just got to promote our model, my friend, because guess what? It automatically makes it obsolete. And guess what? Keep your energy focused on how powerful you have, because this, again, is changing lives. Now I'm going to show you the nuts and bolts. Make it real simple. All right, here we go. So how did I get these people? Well, here's what you want to do. And again, this is what I did. Excuse me. You do what you want to do. I'm just telling you what I did. So here's what I said. I said, okay, Ben says he wants to have 1 million members by the end of this month. Put in the chat if you appreciate Live Good, if you appreciate what Ben and Nader and Dr. Ryan is, if you appreciate them in the chat, listen, my friend, and you appreciate what Live Good has done, how many of you believe we are debtors and we owe to give something back? So if they helped and empowered us, then don't you think we should help and empower them to reach 1 million members? So in the chat, how many of you say yes? Put yes if you agree with that statement. In other words, listen, I tell people all the time, I was just a nobody that God made into a somebody. I'm committed to telling everybody he can do the same, if not more, for anybody. So in other words, it was God that changed my life. So I'm a debtor now. And so I share with others. Well, with Live Good, to some degree, we're a debtor here because, again, my friend, what they've created. So don't you think we should help them reach 1 million members? So here's what Ben said. I'll give you 10,000. I'll give you an opportunity to be in a $10,000 drawing if you reach one person. If you get two, you'll get in a $50,000 drawing. So here's what I did. I called people and I said, ring, ring, ring. Desiree. Okay, and Desiree, we're gonna role play. Desiree. Hey, Desiree, did I catch you at a bad moment?
No, what's going on, Dr. Breaker?
Hey, listen, real quick. I know you're busy. I'm busy. I'm so busy when I sleep, I wiggle my toes, but I had to take time to call you. Listen, we got something very special. Would it be okay with you if I could share with you how we can have a win-win-win scenario?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so this company that I'm working with, now you probably heard of Costco's or Sam's Club or something else. So I call this, they call it Live Good, but I call it the Live Good Discounted Buyers Club. Ooh, did you get that? The Live Good Discounted Buyers Club. So in other words, like at Amazon, you can buy just about anything. Well, we're starting with health products right now because of COVID, but soon you'll be able to buy over 200 different products. So just think this membership has privileges. And so here's the thing. Would you be willing to help me out, help the company out, help yourself out? It's just $10, just $10. And if you do that, my friend, you're going to get a membership that's going to allow you to get products that are up to 85% off. And guess what? They come with a 90-day empty bottle, 100% money back guarantee. Now, I dropped 40 pounds. I don't know if you'll drop that much and you may not need it at all. But guess what? I also gains extra energy, and I even got my little energy patch on here. We got these. but anyway, so what I'm saying is this. So for $10, here's what happens. You'll get access to all these powerful products. And right now it's just health products, but soon it'll be just about anything. Would you be willing for just $10? Just give it a shot, 30 days. If you don't see the value in 30 days, you can cancel at any time. Des, can I count on you? Can I count on you to work with me?
Absolutely. $10. Yeah, Dr. Brassenoff.
Okay. So now let's do that. So now act like, so folks, so a lot of these 42 people I signed up, that's exactly what happened. That's what they said. Now here's, some of them didn't say that. So now Des say, well, I'm not, Doc, I appreciate you, but no thanks.
Well, Doc, yeah, well, okay. I appreciate you, but no thanks.
Oh, okay. Would you consider if I sweeten the pot a little bit?
Well, what you got?
Okay. So they're trying to reach 1 million members within, again, the first year. Now, I'm telling you, they've helped me, so I want to help them. And if you help me, I'll help you, and that we'll all both help them. So listen, if you'll just do this $10, they're going to have a drawing for $10,000. If they do that drawing for $10,000, if you sign up, it puts me in the $10,000 drawing. Now, if I win, listen, y'all, if I win the $10,000, I'll give you back $20. If I win the $10,000, I'll give you back $20. Can I count on you, Des, to work with me and help me out? And then help yourself.
How about you give me $50 then?
Okay, I'll tell you what. If I win the $10,000, we'll have a conversation. Okay, if I win that, but I want y'all just to get what I'm doing here. So some of them say yes right off. Others say, well, and so I got to sweeten the pot. And then Des, how about let's go a step further this time and say, I appreciate it, but I can't. Just say
You know what? I appreciate you, Doc, but I can't this time.
Okay. Stop. You're gonna make me go there. Okay. It's Christmas time, right? The Bible says it's more blessed to give than it is to receive.
Yes, and that's why
I would like I would like to give you 1 month of the membership to the fastest growing membership in the world. By the way, Amazon lost money for 10 years. Their first 10 years. This company already paid out over $50 million. But again, I will actually pay the membership for you for Christmas as a Christmas gift for 1 month. So all I need you to do is you'll just sign up and then you let me know you signed up. I'm going to send you $10 through Zelle, Cash App, PayPal, however you want to. So in other words, it's not cost. I'm actually going to take care of it for you. Can we do that?
Okay. Well, what does it require? Is it going to require my Social Security?
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay, good. Because I'm gonna
Okay.
yeah, because I gotta be hiding from Social Security and
Right. I got you.
I don't want, yeah, okay. All right.
Hey, I'm hiding from some people too. Okay. All right. Now watch this, y'all. Are y'all getting some ideas? Okay. Now let me go all the way gangster. Now here's how I did 12 in one day. Here, 12 people in one day, right? Now, here you go. Ring, ring, ring. Desiree.
What's up?
Man, Desiree, this is crazy. You're not going to believe what's going on, but you know, this is Christmas, the spirit of giving. I'm connected with something called Live Good, which is a discounted buyers club. The whole world's going to want to be part of it. But since it's Christmas and the Bible says it's more blessed to give than it is received, can I just give you a membership for 30? I just want to give you a membership for 30 days. And I already have money in what's called my credit wallet. So all I need is your email address and your physical address. I got your phone number, and I'm gonna pick a username and password, send it to you, and then I just need you can log in and you can check around. You can see all the great stuff, and if you order something, fine. If you don't, fine. But guess what? These products are up to 90% off in some cases, and you get a 90-day empty bottle, 100% money back guarantee. So I'm gonna just give this to you as a gift. Would you receive my gift?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I seen your post on I seen how you lost all that weight. So what was that? I mean, how can I lose some of that weight?
Well, if this free membership I'm giving you, start taking some of these products, and I can share with you the ones I do.
Oh,
But
so
let's
the
get
products is
you
on
in the
there.
system. But let's get you in the system because I got a bunch of other folks I want to give this gift to, and then I'm going to work with you personally. Okay.
Sounds good. Okay, awesome.
Okay. So, folks, again, some people, again, this may not fit some people. I'm just telling. This is how I got 42 people, and I'll probably have 50 or 55, if not before, by the end of the 31st. Okay. So here's what I want you to do. Those who are willing to now listen. If you're willing to understand this concept, first of all, you make $5 back the next week. Okay. You sign up somebody for however you do it, whether they do it and you pay them back, whether they do it, you say, here's the key. If I win, I'll double your money back, which means if you don't win, you don't owe them anything. They paid the $10 membership. By the way, some of the people I talked to, they signed up and they said, okay, I said, I'm sending you the money. I said, nah, don't worry about it. You ain't got to do that. Other ones, I paid for them to sign up and they said, wait a minute, I'm going to go on the website. If I like the stuff and order it, I'm going to send you your $10 back. One guy said, well, wait a minute. You said there's a contest you might win. Is there a way I could get in that drawing and win 10? I said, well, yeah, you just got to pay the 40. And then I'm going to help you. If you sign up somebody, like you can sign your wife up. And if you got 5 children, let's sign all them up for just a $10 model. And they're like, oh, okay. You mean I'll be entered in the drawing all those times? Yes, you will. You'll be entered to the 10,000 once and the 50,000 4 times. Okay, let's do it. Are y'all see? I'm telling you, my friend, we could explode this thing. By the way, my wife is one of the most bashful, shy, behind the scenes, beautiful as all get out. Matter of fact, she almost had me in tears this morning, Desi. She texted me. I was in my prayer closet about 5 o'clock this morning, and I got a text from her. Oh, I got to read this to y'all. By the way, I call my wife my ABCD, adorable brown caramel delight. And here's what she said to me this morning. I was like, I was praying, and I got this text. It says, I want you to know you are my Christmas gift every day of the year. I'm like, whoa. Baby, you my Christmas gift. Okay. Anyway, so we're going to give each other the greatest present you can give your family members is your presence. Okay. And by the way, I win this 10 grand or 50 grand, which by the way, this is what happened. When I signed up, get this now, February 19th, first thing I did 5 minutes later, signed my wife up. Okay. She didn't even know she had an account until money started coming in. And I was like, baby, did you? She's like, what are you talking about? Okay. So and I know some people are against this, but I'm telling you what I did, what I do. Now, when she heard me on the phone talking about, yeah, will you sign up? I could win $10,000 or $50,000, and I'll double whatever. If you come in at the 49, I'll double your money back. If I win, guess what, my friend? My wife over, she said, baby, so could I get in the drawing too? I'm like, well, you got to sign some people up. My wife signed up two people the same day. She made bronze. She'd been sitting there all year long. She made bronze. And then the next day she signed up another one. Come on, somebody. So again, when you sign somebody up, whether you do it for, you're going to make $5 back. Number two, it's going to help us reach the 1 million members. Number three, you get entered into the contest. Number four, your name appears on the contest. I did this with some of my folks last night. I was like, hey, what's your ID number? Put on, look, you're on the, there you go. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. Right. Now, some people don't like recognition. My wife's not, but me, I love recognition. By the way, write this down, recognition. Let's get this down. Babies cry for it. Teenagers will lie for it. Women will vie for it. And some men will die for it. Oh, come on, somebody. I said babies cry for it, recognition. Teenagers will lie for it, telling these outlandish stories in the locker room. Women will vie for it. Right? What's she doing? My dress. So I got to outdress her. And some men will die for it, right? And so listen, my friend. So for a person like me, the recognition piece is huge. Now, so your name appears in the contest. Number five, you'll make 25 cents every time they pay their monthly. Now, that doesn't sound like much if you don't understand long-term and legacy. When you understand legacy, that's a huge thing. And what if one of these member only, once we start getting different things like solar panels and everything else, start buying, come on now. Number six, you're creating more spillover for the success line. I like what Des said earlier. Okay, I don't have time. I'm going to teach this quick and let it go. And that is this. The Bible says don't put new wine in old skin. So since this is, by the way, when I do my presentations for this, Live Good, I say, look, if you like network marketing, you're going to love what I'm about to share with you. If you hate network marketing, you're really going to love this new breakthrough marketing concept that I call breakthrough membership marketing with Live Good. Because Live Good is a discounted buyers club that's doing everything different, changing the game for everything and everybody, right? So it's going beyond what Amazon did because Amazon's not sharing the profits with us. It's going beyond what network marketing is. So it's combining them. So I use the term success line, like Des said. I love it. So I've been teaching this now for 14 years. Success line means each of us, please write this down, each of us create the success for the rest of us. See, every company I was part of, people like, don't be helping your cross line. What do you mean cross line? They're part of the whole company. If I can help keep the company strong, come on now. So success line means each of us create the success for the rest of us. See, upline is in my opinion, is a false sense of superiority rather, and downline's a false sense of inferiority, because I'm the guy that preaches and speaks at all these conventions. Well, a bunch of them, I shouldn't say all of them, but a bunch of them. I've been in all 50 states and 28 countries. So if you met me somewhere, you probably met me either preaching at your church or doing a convention or speaking, right? So here's the deal. And they always come up and somebody's talking to me, getting a book signed, right? And I'm signing this guy's book, and Dr. Breakthrough, that's so-and-so, he's on my downline. Like, dude, like he doesn't have an identity. Like, so it's like put him in this place. And that's the same mentality of corporate America, right? And we're not managers. The Bible says the servant is the greatest of all. So guess what? So what they call upline, I call senior success line. Senior's not above me where I look up and say, I could never be like that. I'm just glad to be part of their downline and help them make money. No, senior just got here a few steps ahead of me. So that means if I can move forward and step where senior, I get there. And there's we don't look down on anybody, no downline, no. That's what I call junior success line. Junior came after me. So if I reach back and help junior take the steps that I've taken, that pushes me where senior, oh, come on, somebody. That's a success line. Each of us create the success for the rest of us. Okay, talk to me in the chat. Who's getting some value from this? Is this good, or extra good? Because I wish somebody else was speaking so I could just say, man, that's good. That's a breakthrough right there. All right, let's go back to your notes here in the front. So we're going to create spillover. When you understand the success line philosophy, you want to create spill waiter, Ben says, or spill creator. Well, I teach my folks to be spill creators. And sometimes if you create enough spill for the deadbeats, they'll wake up. Now, other times they won't, but sometimes they will. But it doesn't matter, my friend. I'm going to help get this message out. And then number 7, you're practicing principle that is more blessed to give than it is received. So you're practicing a principle, it's more blessed to give than it is received. Now, the greatest book ever written says in 2 Corinthians 9:6, he that soweth sparingly shall reap sparingly, but he that soweth bountifully shall reap bountifully. In the chat, who wants to reap bountifully? Let's just put plenteous, put the word plenteous. Who wants to be plenteous? Who wants to receive a plenteous harvest, a big harvest? Plenteous, put plenteous or big. Well, guess what? You got to sow a bunch of big seeds, my friend. See, you can't outsow God. You can't outdo. And so I'm telling you, my friend, this fact. And again, this is just for this month. Once we reach the million, let's go back to business as normal. But I'm telling you, if we get this message across and people practice this, we will go way beyond 1 million people, my friend, way beyond. Listen, if everybody here, if you just got 5 people, just 5 people, my friend, just 5 people, just everybody say, I'm going to get 5. I'm going to bless 5 people by the end of this year. That's only costing you $50. You make $25 back. Then you're going to make, if they stay on 25 cents a month, then you're going to be put into the $10,000 drawing once, the $50,000 drawing 4 times, and you will have made a difference in people's lives. Hello, somebody. How would you like to have a Dr. Breakthrough on your team that lost 40 pounds because you got to share with them the power of what you have? What if you had somebody that was having high blood pressure and all, and y'all, many of you, I'm just saying, my friend, and you just never know the people that you know. So if you got value out of this, say me, and Des. So can I do my regular presentation I was supposed to do? Can I do that now, or do we can give my
time? Yes.
Okay, because my main message in life, and here it is, every master I said was once a mess or best mediocre. Okay, let's be nice. So I'm just a straight shooter, but anyway, so I'll be nice. So every master was once a mess. I was a mess, pure mess. Okay, but every master was once a mess or at best mediocre. Okay, therefore every mess or mediocre person can one day be a master. Now write this down. When a mess or mediocre person becomes a master, you now have a message that if you market to the masses, you make millions, and that's my story. Hello, somebody. That's the story. So watch this. So people ask me all the time. So 3 years of age, my dad left, never called, never sent mom a dime. At 6 years of age, I'm out in the middle of a field playing in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, in the hood of the hood. I was in so bad of a hood that the regular hood folks wouldn't come down there, right? I'm a 6-year-old boy and a gang of teenagers come my way, and you know how your body gives you signals something bad's about to happen. To make a long story short, they grab me, bam, guy hit me in the stomach, knocked the air out of me right now. But then they started punching. I'm a 6-year-old boy. They're punching all over me, beating all over me. And then they started stomping on me like I'm an ant. Or I'm a 6-year-old boy. This is a gang of teenagers. And then, my friend, they pick me up and they slam me on the ground. And then one guy turns me where my back, I'm faced up. And they took a great big old bucket of tar and they poured that tar on my face and they poured that tar on my body. And they took a bunch of feathers. They threw them on me and they left me there. My life was a mess. I've been through physical abuse. Matter of fact, one of my mom's boyfriends beat me with a steel choker chain for a dog. Fiberglass bow and arrow set. I mean, you name it, I've been beat with it. Physical abuse and verbal abuse and obviously racial abuse and even sexual abuse. Matter of fact, it was so bad. Unfortunately, I tried to commit suicide before I was even the tender age of 12 years of age. But thank God I failed and chickened out. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad I failed. But I'm telling you, my life was a mess. But now I stand before you, my friend, as a master. And in the martial arts, a grandmaster. There's less than 100 that have made the 10th degree black belt. I've been voted into the Black Belt Hall of Fame, as well as a Motivational Speakers Hall of Fame. I'm a grandmaster now in the martial arts. I'm at the top of my level in the speaking. I've been paid as much as $1,000 per minute to speak. So please, y'all, don't be mad at me if I don't promote Live Good as much as y'all do. I like speaking. I like what I do, but I still sign folk up, as you can see. But what I'm saying is this. I'm telling you, when I first started speaking, I was a mess. The trees, I would practice in the backyard. The trees would bow and the squirrels would run. And I didn't even like myself. And then one day I was like, well, wait a minute. If God likes me, why don't I like myself? If God loves me, why don't I love myself? And then when I started liking and loving me, people started liking me. And then one day I said, you know what? I may not be that good, but I'm the best speaker I know. I like me. And when I said I like me, all of a sudden people started saying, you're my favorite speakers. And then I got to speak on the platform with Les Brown and you name it. I've been on the platform with him, my friend. But I'm saying this, but I started off a mess. So I don't care what a mess you are now. I'm telling you, you can be a master. I started off a mess. And listen, my friend, I got to one team, that company, they hired me to be their international training director. And I helped that team go build up to 2.2 million people within 6.5 years. And by the way, I said to the owner, I said, look, Peter Wolfen, do you mind if I start building? He said, no, I don't mind. And so I started building. I personally sponsored 977 people within 6.5 years. And it blossomed to 1.5 million people. Now, that was with another company. By the way, everybody on this, okay, listen to me. If you stay here for 10 years, you'll have more than 1.5 million people on your team. Let me say it again. If you stay here for 10 years, just put a couple folks in, do the 5 like and watch and see, my friend. It's almost, okay, anyway. So let me, I got to get ready to get on this. So, okay, Des, what are you seeing? Because I don't see anything.
Okay, I see the scale. I see the mentors are the fastest way to learn any skill.
Okay, no, that's not what we're supposed to see.
Okay.
I'm supposed to see I got a PowerPoint a little bit, so I got to zip through here and they can just take some screenshots if that's okay with them. And if not, they got to do it anyway. Okay, here we go.
All right, there we go. Breakthrough personal training.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
yeah, here we are.
Bam. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to give you the steps of how you go from being a mess to being a master. Would anybody like the steps to break it down step by step? In the chat, say yes. Who would like the steps of how to go from being a mess or being mediocre to being a master, right? So I've been blessed now to be the top of 7 different companies at one time. And I know, again, everybody's different, but at one time I was a #1 income earner and #1 recruiter in 3 companies simultaneously many years ago when everybody was saying you can't do it. And by the way, you're looking at one guy who did it successfully. Matter of fact, with one of those companies, the best I ever did was 96,000 in 1 week. So I'm just telling you, you can develop a skill set and a mindset. You can break through some stuff. So let me show you the steps. So again, you got to understand this. I'm greatly blessed and highly favored and deeply loved. You got to learn to say this to yourself, my friend. So get this. So I'm blessed. You can see my beautiful wife, my ABCD. I mean, when I'm speaking, she support me. Matter of fact, she's always like, baby, keep the kingdom. And then we get to travel together and just have fun. So again, I told you my life was a hot mess, right? I was and many of you, as I told about some of the stuff in my life, your life is 10 times worse and others of you, maybe, but I'm just saying this, my friend, it doesn't matter. Every master, by the way, I'm supposed to have these blue blockers on when I'm on the computer. I keep forgetting. Okay, here we go. So every master was once a mess. Therefore, every mess can one day be a master. So success is a journey. Look at me over there when I was 11. Didn't I look like a mess? When I started in martial arts, they laughed at me. They called me Mr. Baboon, and they made fun of me. And by the way, I didn't have the best of attitudes. I said, y'all better laugh now because one day, Ivan Harris Sr., I told him one day I'm going to whoop all y'all. I said, laugh now, because one day, by the way, that day came. But anyway, you can see a couple years later, I'm able to kick pretty high. A couple years later, I'm laying on the bed of nails, and the guy's breaking bricks off my stomach with a sledgehammer. A couple years later, I'm breaking bricks on fire, and then you see me being voted for the first time into the Black Belt Hall of Fame. I've been voted into several of them. So again, at the bottom, every master was once a mess or mediocre. Therefore, every mess or mediocre person can one day be a master. There's 8.1 billion people in the world. There's only 2 categories spiritually, believers and non-believers, but 3 categories in all 8.1 billion people across every continent. Number 1, you're either a mess that doesn't know or believe you can be a master. Number 2, you're either what I call a master in the making, or number 3, you're a master in the remaking. Come on now, because sometimes masters mess up. We got to start. So again, one out of 8.1 billion, it's only 3 categories. You're a mess who either is unaware or doesn't know you can be a master. That's what I'm going to teach you now. Or you're what I call a master in the making, and I'm going to encourage you, or you're a master in the remaking. Good so far? So look at some of these famous failures. I don't have time to go through it, but from Albert Einstein to Jordan to Disney to Steve Jobs to Oprah to the Beatles. I mean, listen, my friend, these folks are all, listen, they were considered failures, right? They were a mess. By the way, I'll prove it to you. Every last one of us, we was born, we was messing all over ourselves. Hello, somebody. So everybody at once was a mess. By the way, my family, they used to call me Stank. And now I'm 63 years wise. And some of my family still call me Stank, and I don't even stink anymore. All righty. So again, every master was once a mess. So just like this rocket ship, that's like a breakthrough. You see that rocket ship, when it takes off, there's all kind of energy, but it barely moves slow. If you've seen that on television. And listen, if a rocket ship were human, it'd say something like this: I'm doing all this work and I don't seem to be getting very far. And that's the way some of you are in your business. But guess what? A rocket ship's not human. It doesn't go based off its feelings. It goes based off its programming. So it just keeps going. And by the way, right before it hits what we call escape velocity, it begins to rotate wildly like it's about to be shaken to pieces. And listen, my friend, as I travel all over the world, I find people doing everything they know to do in their business, but it seems like it's shaken to pieces. Doing everything you know to do in your relationship, but it looks like it's shaken to pieces. But again, that rocket ship, if it were human, it'd say, I can't take this anymore. I'm doing everything I know to do, and it's not working. A rocket ship's not human. It doesn't go based off its emotions. So guess what? It goes, listen carefully, based off its programming. Ooh, that's a key right there. How have you been programmed? See, I want to help you to be reprogrammed. But listen, it goes based off its programming. So guess what? It just does what it was designed to do. In the next minute, they say you hear a big bam, boom, and it breaks through the Earth's atmosphere. Now that rocket, get this now that rocket ship is traveling 25,000 miles per hour, and they say there's 1 million pounds of fuel that a rocket ship uses. 95% is from takeoff to escape velocity. But once it breaks through escape velocity, it will virtually use no more fuel for the rest of the trip. Oh, come on, somebody better get this. I'm saying, listen, right now, you're like that rocket ship, you're in struggle mode. So it seems like before the breakthrough, it's all struggle and little success. But if you keep going like this rocket ship and you have this breakthrough, now it's like all success with little struggle. Watch this now, because now that rocket ship's going 25,000 miles per hour, and it will virtually use no more fuel for the rest of the trip. See, that's why some of you look at people like us who've made master level, and you say, oh, you make it look easy. Oh, honey, you should have seen us when we started. But you just got to learn to keep on keeping on. You just got to learn to buy and read every book you can and implement. You got to learn to get every challenge, everything, whatever, my friend. But I'm telling you, every master was a mess. But guess what? Since they were a mess, you can now be a master. So what does it take? Number one, it takes mentorship. Everybody in the chat, put mentorship. If you want to go from being a mess to a master, it's going to take mentorship. Like Socrates mentored Plato, and Plato mentored Aristotle. Aristotle mentored Alexander the Great. Listen, Warren Buffett was mentored by a gentleman. He mentored millions. And listen, my friend, there was a man that mentored, his name, Dr. Benjamin Mays, the president of Morehouse, mentored a young teenager, and he became known as Dr. Martin Luther King. And of course, King has mentored millions. And I can tell you about my main mentor, who was Les Brown's mentor, William E. Bailey, years ago, started Best Line Products, but he mentored Les Brown in the early days. And of course, Les Brown has mentored millions, and he even mentored Jim Rohn. And of course, Jim Rohn was also mentored by another guy, but then Jim Rohn mentored a young guy named Tony Robbins, who's mentored tens of millions. And my friend, we could go on. In the Bible, it was, listen now, it was Moses who mentored a young guy named Joshua, and then Joshua continued on and continued mentoring and working with those 3 million Israelites. It was Elijah who mentored Elisha. Now listen carefully. And this widow woman who lost her husband, was about to lose her children. She came to the man of God, and he mentored her. He helped her, and she started the first home-based business in the world, 2 Kings chapter 4, verses 1 through 8. And listen, and she was able to live the rest of her life, her and her children, off the profits from that business, my friend. And even in the New Testament, you know, Paul was mentored by Ananias and Sapphira, and then Saul became Paul. Then he mentored young Timothy, and young Timothy mentored the church. And listen, and Jesus mentored the disciples. Now listen carefully. He said, the works that I do shall you do also in greater works. Meaning, oh, y'all got to get this. as good as your mentor is, you now have the potential of doubling whatever your mentor did. Oh, come on, somebody. So watch this, my friend. So you need to understand you are not a mess. You are now a mentor in the making. Come on, somebody. And I tell my folks that listen to me. If you believe like I believe and do like I do, what happens for me can happen for you. But because I'm not the standard, it can happen even better for you. And that's my desire. That's my prayer. That's why I write powerful books. And that's why I put together my 21-day breakthrough challenge. But listen, my friends, it's going to take mentorship. And I have multiple mentors, not just one, multiple mentors. So look, that little cub, don't be afraid to be around that big old lion, because one day you're going to be the same way. Come on, somebody. So you got to learn now to walk with, in spite of how things look now, your day will come. So you got to believe in yourself, or believe in the God in you, or the mentor who believes in you. Listen, this is me sharing the platform with Jim Rohn and William E. Bailey. Mr. Bailey had a company grossing $64 million a month back in the 70s. No email, no fax machine, none. And listen, my friend, I was speaking somewhere and somebody said, you remind me of a young Bill Bailey. I said, who's that? And they told me he had a company grossing $64 million. I said, man, where's he at? I'll buy everything, every coaching package he has. And I did, by the way. And he and I learned to travel together, by the way. There was a company, I built a team from zero. They hired me to be a trainer. And then I started building, because every time they had me speak somewhere, I invited people to come hear me. And I called Mr. Bailey. I said, look, I don't know if y'all remember old Bio Performance. It had a gas pill. And I would ask people, is your car on the pill? They said, a preacher asked me that. And so guess what? I said, Mr. Bailey, I sent him some. And he had said years ago, if you ever want something, I really like you, Dr. Breakthrough. He said, if you ever need something, just let me know. Well, most people would have told him right there, no, I saved that up. And all of a sudden I called and said, Mr. Bailey, I wouldn't be presumptuous, but I got something I think is good. Can I send this to you? Put it in your car and see if you get better gas mileage. And if you like it, would you mind speaking with me with this company? And I mean, I'll pay to put you in everything. Don't worry. And he did. And when he did, guess what? I had 13 multimillionaires call me and say, is it true that Bill Bailey joined your team? And that company, my team, went from 0 to 22,868 people in 5.5 weeks. And with that 5.5 months, months. And I was making $100,000 a month. That company paid every week, 25 grand a week. And my friend, I'm telling you, but you just don't know. So don't be afraid to invest in mentors and so forth. One day you may be building something with them. You just don't know. So again, every master was once a mess. I'd be honored to be your breakthrough mentor for an area. Number 2, real quick, you got to go. It takes a mental shift. It takes a mental shift. See, you can't just have mentors, but the mentor is going to help you to have a mental shift. See, this woman came to Elijah and she said, listen, my husband's dead and the debtors are coming. And they're going to take us. He said, wait a minute, whoa, woman. He said, what do you have in your house? What do I have in my house? She said, I ain't got nothing but a little teeny pot of oil. He said, no. So guess what? He got her to shift her mind off what she lost, what she didn't have, and he got her to focus on what she did have. And he said, I'm going to show you how to leverage what you do have to get what you don't have. Oh, come on, somebody. Oh, is this good to anybody other than me, or am I just getting excited off my own talk? Okay, so number 1 is going to take mentorship, but then it's going to take a mental shift, my friend. So listen, the 4-minute mile, it was supposed to be unbreakable, but Roger Bannister thought otherwise, and he broke that 4-minute mile on the 6th of May, 1954. But guess what? 46 days later, his record was broken. See, listen, my friend, you folks on here, I'm telling you, when I speak, there's an impartation. So there's a breakthrough impartation coming upon you that you have to get your breakthrough, because there's people, they don't care about a Ben Glinsky or Dr. Breakthrough or Tim Miller, Deseret, no, they care. What are you doing? And when you get a breakthrough, see, what I didn't tell you how I got involved in the martial arts, my friend, was because my mom wanted a free month of karate lessons. And I went with her, and they were kicking and chopping and screaming and hollering. I thought, man, this is great. And so guess what? My mom's free month ran out and she started paying. Now, free is good, but when you're really serious, you start paying something. And mama started paying and she got better and better. And 1 month she got too good. Now, you got to ask me what's too good in the chat. Somebody say, what's too good? Come on, in the chat, say, what's too good? Or I'm going to stop right there. You got to say, what's too good? Okay, there you go. So here you go. What's too good? Her and her boyfriend got in a fight and she knocked him out. So, folks, when I saw my 5'1" mom knock out a 6'1", I was like, man, I don't know what this karate is, but this is going to be my ticket. And so my mom, my mother's breakthrough caused me to be able to get into martial arts. And then I got multiple breakthroughs because it was through the martial arts that I learned the discipline, my friend, and so forth. So is this helping anybody, or am I just kind of screaming and shouting and having fun by myself? In the chat, talk to me. So let's do something real quick to help you here. Now, let's change backgrounds here so y'all can see. Boom, there you go. All right, so let's turn this here. Oh, I got a board here. Can y'all hear that? In the chat, do you hear how hard that is? So this board, it says limiting beliefs, okay? Now, in the chat, see if you can guess what's the word right in the middle of the word beliefs. Limiting beliefs. In the chat, if you can see it, what's that 3-letter word in the middle of the word beliefs? If you see it, put it in the chat real quick. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Okay, too late now, I'm about to show you. The word is a lie. So guess what? Many of you, like me, limiting beliefs. Whenever there's lies you believe in, guess what kind of life you live? Very limiting. When there's lies you believe in, guess what kind of business you build? Very limiting. When there's lies you believe in, guess what kind of relationship? Very limiting. When there's lies you believe. So I'm telling you, my friend, see, some of you, get this, you already in your mind are saying, well, doc, that sounds good, but I'm a mess. I'm always been a mess, gonna always be a mess. My business is a mess, always will be a mess. No, that's a lie. Stop believing. I used to live based on those lies. Matter of fact, I used to think, man, because I'm black, I can never be successful, right? Because I grew up in the turbulent 60s. And then one day I heard a poem, and that poem helped set me free. Can I give it to you? It goes like this: fleecy locks and black complexion cannot forfeit nature's claim. Skin may differ, but affection dwells in black and white the same. Rise so tall as to reach the port, to glance at the ocean at a span. I must be measured by my soul. The mind is a standard of a man. And it dawned on me, it's not the color of my skin, the texture of my hair, or where I grew up, but rather it's what I put in my head that affects my heart that'll determine what comes to my hand. Oh, come on, somebody. I said, it's what you put in your head that affects your heart that determines what comes to your hand. How many of you want more coming to your hand? In the chat, put me. You want more coming to your hand. Because if you want more coming to your hand, you got to do what? You got to put more good stuff into your head that affects your heart. And guess what? More good will come to your hand. So I'm saying this, I was living based off limiting beliefs. And by the way, the more and longer I studied, the more I find there was lies that I believed in that I wasn't even aware of. By the way, Tim sent me a text earlier this morning, come here, Dr. Breakthrough. Dr. Breakthrough. I was like, no, it's Dr. Breakthrough. And then I started thinking, wait, no, I am Dr. Breakthrough. I'm Dr. Breakthrough with the breakthrough. I'm gonna help you to break through the truth. The truth is you've been believing a lie, and that's what's been limiting you. It's not the color of your skin. It's not your neighborhood. It's not, by the way, they say you're a product of your environment. Well, B.F. Skinner was a great sociologist, and he was half right, half wrong. He said you're a product of your environment. That can't be right because Adam and Eve came up in a perfect environment and messed up. So here's what you are. You're a product of the environment of your mind. Oh, come on now. You are a product of the environment of your mind and of your empowerment. So I refuse to be get this now. I refuse to be a product of the environment of where I live. So I started packing stuff into my brain so I could be a product of the environment of my mind. So like this morning, 2 Corinthians 2:14, I quote this to myself. Now, thanks be unto God, which always causes us to triumph in Christ. The word triumph means have victory. So guess what? My God says, no, you're going to succeed. Nehemiah 2:20, the God of heaven, he will prosper us. Therefore, we, his servants, shall arise and build. You know, Tony Robbins says, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Well, he didn't know that's in the Bible. Nehemiah said, come on, get up. God's going to bless us. So get this. Here's the question. Do you want to live in the chat? You want to live based on limiting beliefs or limitless success? I need an answer real quick. Who wants to live based off limiting beliefs? Are you ready to break through the lies to the truth? And the truth will set you free. Jeremiah 7:8 says you trust in lying words which cannot profit. So lies will never profit you, which means the opposite is true. The truth will set you free, break you through so you can profit. So I got tired of living based on limiting beliefs. And I said, I want to live based off limitless success. So in the chat, who wants limitless success or do you want limiting beliefs? Real quick. So I'm going to break this for those you said you want limitless success. Live Good is set up to help you have limitless success. My training is set up to help you have limitless success. So we got to break through the limiting beliefs. So I'm going to use my head, but we're all going to break it together. All righty. So what I need you to do is ouch, that thing's hard. But guess what? With enough focus, determination, listen, we can break through. So if I can break this is going to symbolize, I want you to say, I'm committed to breaking through every lie that tries to keep me back. I'm committed to limitless success. How many of you say, Doc, you break that board, I make the commitment. So just like I'm breaking this physically, I want you to say, yes, limitless success. That's what I want. So here we go. Ready? Now, we always yell in the martial arts. People say, what do you guys yell for? It hurts. Okay. No. Okay. That yell's called a Kia, loud yell of grown used to bring out your inner strength. Okay. So here we go. So in the chat, I need you to type breakthrough time. I'm about to break. I got to have some energy though. I need you to type breakthrough time. What time is it? You got to type in the chat. It's breakthrough time. Come on now. Come on. It's breakthrough time because I want to break this. So we're going to break through from our limiting beliefs to our limitless success. Here we go in the chat. What time is it? Ready? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, y'all ain't put it. Come on, I got to get some more in the chat now. You got to give me some more in the chat. This thing is extra hard. Come on, what time is it? It's breakthrough time. By the way, if you hit it once, hit it again. If you hit it twice, hit it. Come on. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I got to do I was going to say, I don't see the. Okay, now I can see it. All right, here we go. So again, what time is it? It's breakthrough time. Ready? Yeah. Oh my goodness. One more time, then. I just got these as extra hard boards. I may have to do it by hand instead, but here we go. One more time. Yeah. Nope, it's not going to break. So we'll do it with our hand. Yeah. Oops. So guess what, my friend? We just broke the limits right off our beliefs. Now, here's what happens. Some of you are like, man, you're a 10th degree black belt. You failed. Honey, I ain't failed, just didn't break that way, but it broke this. See what I'm saying? You got to have the mindset. If it don't work one way, I'm going to work it another way, honey. And it still broke. And I'm telling you, my friend, you can have limitless success. Come on now. And I'm glad you're on here. Hello. Man, are you having fun yet? Come on in the chat. Talk to me. Yes, yes, or of course, yes. Who's having fun? Who's having fun? Because I got to, man, can I give you just a couple more quick? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Harris, hurry, man, hurry. We got to go. These folk got stuff to do. All righty. I guarantee, though, you hang with me, you're going to do whatever you do better. All righty. So how do I find my place? I go back down there. Here we go. Okay. Okay, there we go. Real quick. So everything worthwhile that's ever been done was declared impossible by someone else before it was done. Thus, you got to have a breakthrough mentality, a breakthrough mentor, and breakthrough methods. Listen, they're like, Ben, that ain't going $10. That ain't going to work. Watch me. Hello, somebody. So, my friend, you got to have a breakthrough. Be the first one in your family to break through the negativity and say, no, I'm doing this thing. Listen, I'm telling you, my friend, you got it. Now, this guy, I don't have time to go through all this Jack Ma. He's now one of the richest men in the world, but he failed over and 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 over again. And now he's on the Forbes list of billionaires. Come on, somebody. So impossible. You take the I am off of it, and now it says possible. Matter of fact, you put a space between the M and the P. It says I'm possible. In the chat, I am possible. You got to learn, say that. See, watch these limiting beliefs. It's all in your head. This mule, you think it's stuck by that chair? No, it's what it thinks in its mind. And some of you, my friend, that's why you got to get set free in your mind. I don't know why people keep saying, oh, you don't need the right mindset. You do need the right mindset to live good. You can say the right thing and do the right thing and still mess it up. Was we used to talk about a 2-sentence wealth structure. Number one, find out what poor people do, and whatever you do, don't do the same. Number two, find out what rich people do, And whatever you do, do the same. Okay. Dr. Myron Golden and I, many years ago, we put together this hands-free money system, 2-sentence wealth structure. But here's what I found out. It's more than that. Some people were getting some success and breakthroughs, others weren't. I had to adjust it. You can't just do what rich people do. You got to believe and do what rich people do. Then you get what rich people have. So if you want to get rich, number one, find out what poor people, what they do. Don't do the same, and find out how they believe, and they believe in scarcity, right? And then find out what rich people believe and what they do, and do the same, and watch what happens. So impossible is a big word thrown around by small men who find it easier to live in the world that's been given to them and to explore the power to change it. Impossible is not a fact, it's opinion. Impossible is not a declaration, it's a dare. Impossible is potential. Impossible is temporary. Impossible is nothing by Muhammad Ali. So success is not just based on what a person accomplishes, but rather what they had to break through in order to accomplish it. So some of you, number 3, real quick, you want to go from being a mess to being a master? It's not just mentors. It's not just a mental shift. It's misery. Oh, wait a minute. Did you? Yep, that's right. It's going to take some pain, honey. Listen, a diamond is just a piece of charcoal that handled the stress exceptionally well. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Don't allow the pain of the process to keep you from your promise, my friend. Decide you're going to be a diamond. Listen, decide you're going to be a diamond and then just make up your mind and don't allow the pain of the process to keep you from the promise. Number 2, don't allow the pace of the process to keep you from the promise. And don't allow, number 3, the path of the process to keep you from the promise. Because in God's economy, you got to go down before you can go up. Hello, somebody. The Bible says, unless a corn of wheat fall on the ground and die, it abideth alone. So you got to go low and grow. And then one day, my friend, you get to glow, you'll show, and everybody will know. Oh, come on now. See, grapes must be crushed in order to make juice. Diamonds form under pressure with time. Olives are pressed to release oil that blesses. Seeds grow in darkness under the dirt. So whenever you feel crushed and under pressure and pressed in darkness, you're in a powerful place of transformation. Submit, don't resist. Now, here's my acronym for haters, because you will have haters like crabs in a bucket. Haters, having animosity toward everyone reaching success. So the breakthrough secret weapon, listen, my friend, of success. When things, people, business, and emotions go left, you just stay right. Come on now. Alrighty. By the way, comfort zone is the enemy of your achievement. So you got to be willing to endure some discomfort, my friend. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Number 4, it's going to take methods. It's got to take methods. I got to fly through this. It's going to take some methods. See, you can't prove to me that something doesn't work. You can just prove that you don't know how to work it. Or maybe you haven't worked it long enough, my friend. Listen, it's time to break through. Break through, going through a new dimension. Number 5 is going to take your mouth. In other words, you got to learn to say some stuff. I love what Muhammad Ali said. He said, I said I was the greatest even before I knew it. Matter of fact, the original quote, he said I was the greatest a long time before I believed it. In other words, he said what he wanted to be. I am a diamond. I am a crown diamond, even when he wasn't even bronze. But he knew if he kept saying it long enough and loud enough, because the good book says faith cometh by hearing, hearing by the word. If you say it out loud and you hear it, you start believing it. And once he started, so Muhammad Ali said, I knew I wasn't the greatest, but I wanted to be. So I figured if I said it long enough and loud enough, I would start believing myself and others would start believing, and boom, that's what happened. Number 6 is going to take mastery. Now, what is mastery? See, mastery means, like, for instance, you're on this Zoom. I'm giving you literally a college education and personal development in just an hour or so. You can't think you got it all just by, this is like a fire hose. It's just too much. Mastery means you got to do it over and over and over and over again. You got to keep on. See, anyone who tells you, by the way, that you can succeed without work is probably trying to sell you something that won't work. No, you got to do it. Oh, in the martial arts, sensei, Japanese word for teacher. I started off in Ishinryu karate. And then once I got to my master level 5th dan, I was able to launch my own style, crescendo, Christian form of martial arts. But I'd say, sensei, I know how to do this. He said, no, you don't. I said, no, I can do it with my eyes closed. He said, that's not good enough. He said, you got to do it over and over and over and over and over again until it becomes part of your subconscious. Folks, here's what I'm telling you. You think you did something because you read a book. I read the book until I become the book. Oh, that's mastery. You think you did something because you heard a training. I listen to the trainings until I become the training. See, that's why I put together a 21-day breakthrough challenge where every day, just a little micro coaching, bit-sized pieces, just one, boom, 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 boom. I'm telling you, you got to learn to master it, not just hear it, not just say I can quote it. You got to know it. I wrote a book, How to Build a Big Team Fast, my friend, to empower people. But anyway, it's crazy to think people think 2 to 5 years in the business is a long time to get rich, but they don't feel like 40 years at a job is a long time to stay broke. Hello, somebody. By the way, I used to be a college professor. You know, one of those guys that totally promulgates his esoteric cogitations and articulates his superficial sentimentality. Anyway, that's Reader's Digest. Say what you mean without big words. And somebody said, how'd you like to start making more money a month you make an entire year? I'm like, I am not going back to college. I've been 12 years of regular school, 12 years of college. That's 24 years altogether. They said, no, we'll just mentor you. Huh? Well, they started mentoring me. And I started making more money in a month I was making an entire year. Now, it didn't happen exactly like this. I jokingly embellishing a little bit, but I walked into my boss one day. I said, boss, I can't work here anymore. And he said, why? I said, I got eye trouble. He said, Doc, what's wrong with your eye? I said, I can't see myself working for you anymore. But that was in 1990, and I've been psychologically unemployable ever since. Why? Because I realized that profits are better than wages. And so, my friend, listen, the hard things, you got to be committed to the process of feeling or being bad for as long as it takes to get good. I was a mess. I was terrible in the martial arts when I started, but now I stand before you as a grandmaster. Number 7, and I'm done. It's going to take money. Hey, y'all think I got started in martial arts and it never cost me anything? Do y'all think that I went to the tournaments to fight and it didn't cost me anything? Do you think I went to get tested and no, it cost. See, I don't understand why y'all don't understand, but you got to invest. Listen, you got to learn to invest. It was Jim Rohn that said it best. A formal education will help you make a living, but personal development will help you make a fortune. And since he's in heaven, Dr. Breakthrough added and said, why not make a fortune so you can be blessed enough to bless others? So here it is, Jim Rohn, that's that quote. Okay, so Les Brown says information costs but pays for itself 10 times over. My wife, when I married her, my beautiful ABC, she said something that changed my life forever. She said, baby, we don't ever want to spend money, but rather circulate money. I said, well, what does that mean? She said, when you spend money, it's gone forever. She said, when you circulate money, you leverage it to go out and come back, a never-ending cycle of increase and enjoyment. I said, from now on, in the Harris household, we're going to look for ways to circulate. So, folks, your time as a caterpillar has expired. Your wings are now ready. Your time of being a mess or mediocre has expired. It's time to be a master in the making. And so, my friend, how about this? If you're a snail, you imagine with that rocket fuel pack that make you go even higher. And that's one thing I've got, my friend. I've got some things for you. First of all, there's a couple free things you can see there on the Internet Mentor. The Internet Mentor, I've got some free stuff, but I put together a little special that I'm gonna close out with. I've never did this before. This is crazy, but let's see if this will bless you. And so we've got my 21-day breakthrough challenge. If any of you want to go further with me, be mentored by me, I did something crazy. My 21-day breakthrough challenge is normally $398, but in the spirit of Christmas and giving, my 21-day challenge, you can get 95% off for everybody who's in Live Good. And if you're a pre-enrollee, now it's going to be just $21 for the first 100 people. Now listen carefully. If you go to the Internet Mentor, somebody type in the chat the website, theinternetmentor.com. So this is not for everybody, just for you 100. If there's maybe you got others on your team, but if they get this now, you go to the Internet Mentor, you click on the 21-day breakthrough challenge. It's going to say $398. Click on coupon, and the coupon code is Christmas. Come on, code is Christmas. It's going to take $376 off, and you're going to get my world famous 21-day breakthrough challenge for only $21. And then I created a special Live Good 21-day breakthrough challenge group. It's a public group. So I'm going to also be doing some things inside there. But right now, If I was you, I'd go there and start signing up now, by the way. The internetmentor.com, once the 100 is out, boom, it's done. But I'm $21. Why? I just taught you how I sign up a lot of people and live good with the spirit of giving. So I figured I would do this, my friend, because like Ben, my goal is to have 1 million people receive one or more breakthroughs in 21 days or less. So I'm going to do this crazy thing. Instead of having the drawing, I'm just going to make it, you go to the internetmentor.com, put the coupon code Christmas, and you'll be able to take off $376. That's a 9. How many of you like discounts in the chat? Put me. Who likes discounts in the chat? Put me, because you're going to be able to get a 95% discount. Now, that's only going to work for the first 100 people. Well, what do you say, Doc? But I want to take it. What if I'm, my money is funny. And by the way, this only is good up until December 31st. If it's 100 people, it cuts off. If it's not 100 people by December 31st, it will cut off. But just in case, and I think it might cut off before then, I think 100 people will do it. I did something else, and that is, this is a long-standing thing I've had. Anybody who misses that, you still can get 75% off with the coupon Live Good. So if you go there and you put Christmas and it doesn't take 370, if it says two, in other words, once the 100 is gone, then I'll keep it like this forever. Anybody in Live Good can get 75% off that 21-day breakthrough challenge if they want to do that. And they just have to use the coupon code Live Good. Okay. So again, that's what I have for you. Now, again, if you can be one of the first 100, then you just use the coupon code Christmas. See that? And you get the 376 off. So I trust this has been a blessing to you. I trust this has helped you. Hey, if you know a church looking for evangelists to come preach at, tell them about Dr. Breakthrough, right? If you want me to come do a special training for your team, hey, I'll be glad to. That this is what I do for a living. I travel from state to state, country to country, training and speaking. And I've been blessed, again, my friend. But here's the key. I'm a debtor, so I want to bless other people. So if you've been blessed by anything I said, if you think it's helped you, would you put in the chat breakthrough? If you think this will help you to have a breakthrough, put in the chat breakthrough. I just want to see, did I touch anybody today? And all righty, we're going to close out. I don't know who I turn it over to now. So, but we'll close out. So this will conclude.
Dr. Breakthrough, yes, we can go ahead and close it out because we don't, it's way after our time. So yeah, we want to close it out. You can go ahead and close it out.
Okay, I apologize. I'm sorry.
No, you good. No, you good. No. We got value from what you were saying today. I appreciate you. But you can go ahead and close it out because I know this is the last Saturday for a lot of people.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, God bless each and every one of you. If y'all don't mind, I just want to say a little prayer, if you don't mind. And that is, Father, I pray you bless everyone on this call or those who hear the recording. May they get some value. Lord, those who are suffering physically, I pray for healing for them. And Lord, may they get these products in them to help heal. And Lord, those who are suffering financially, I pray for financial breakthrough. Those, Lord, who are struggling in relationships, Lord, again, we discharge and pray a breakthrough. We pray blessing. Lord, this Christmas season, as some will be lonely, some will have the first Christmas without a spouse or without a mom or dad. Lord, I pray you'll be with them in their loneliness. And I just thank you that you gave the greatest gift, you gave your son, and we'll thank you for it. In the name above every name, Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ, amen and amen. All right, folks, God bless you. Make sure you give the gift of Live Good for Christmas, my friend. Get them on these products. Bye-bye. It's breakthrough time.
Bye. Thank you, Dr. Breakthrough.
Hey.
We hope to have you back again. Awesome. Everybody else, if you want to unmute your mics and say thank you or put it in the chat and let Dr. Breakthrough know you got value from what he gave you today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Breakthrough.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
And well spent.
Happy Saturday, everybody.
Thank
Great
you.
night. Bye.
Christmas,
Thank you.
everyone.
Praise the world.
Thank you.
Enjoy your day. Next calendar.
Marty,
Merry
I'm
Christmas.
already clowned out.
Thank you.
come on.
Happy holiday.
Hey, I don't even have a knot on my head. Look, thank God.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Breakthrough.
Breaking through.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Training. Thank you.
I believe in y'all. God bless y'all.
All
Thank
right,
you.
God
Let's
bless
get that
everyone.
million members for Ben.
Amen.
Let's do it for you. Let's get that million members. Come on, y'all. Come on. Get
Let's
your,
do it.
1 million
do it.
members. 1
Go
million.
hit
you,
diamond.
thank
Go
you.
hit bronze. Go hit silver. Go hit gold. Go hit platinum.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
do it. All right. Bye-bye.
Continue to listen to the training until the training becomes you.
Well,
Right.
all righty.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
All right.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Please.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes. I believe they still go on your success line. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe yes, they do. But again, here's the thing. This is just a strategy till December. Once January, go back, but I'm giving you a strategy till December till we hit those million people. But my understanding is they do, but even if they don't, you still gonna make $5 the next week, and you'll make 25 cents every month that they stay on. Okay. Let's give the gift of health.
Compensation plan video.
Okay, compensation plan. Okay, anybody else? All right, well, do I close? How do you close it off? Anybody got one more question or no? We can close it out. We way over.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Y'all sound like y'all must be hungry for truth.
I know that's long.
Come on, man.
Oh, we on.
You gotta be hungry. Hey, y'all remember this? Okay, let's now.
Are you in Pennsylvania?
I'm originally from Pennsylvania. Now I live in Dallas, Texas. But hey, here's what Les always says. And since y'all still on here,
Bye for now.
hey, Les always says if you want things bad enough, you go out and fight for it. But let me show you what Dr. Breakthrough says.
To be able to believe in
Listen carefully. You want to be a broken or breakthrough man. I refuse to be a broken or broken man. It's my right to choose. Focus on being a breakthrough man. I seek opportunity, not security. I do not wish to be a kept American humble dog by having the state or job take care of me. I want to take the calculated risk, to dream and to build, to fail until I succeed. I refuse to live from month to month, Peter to pay Paul. I prefer the challenge of life instead of the guaranteed existence of so-called security. I'd rather experience the thrill of fulfillment than the comfort zone of familiarity. I will never bow to any master or disaster, nor bend to any threat. It's my heritage to stand erect, unstoppable and unafraid, boldly, full of faith, and say, this, with the help of God, I've done and will continue to do, because it's my time to shine. It's what time? It's breakthrough time.
Live good. Let's go.
Okay, y'all, turn off the recording. Shut the thing off. We're done.
What's the Bible verse for the widow, please?
2 Kings chapter 4, verses 1 through 8. 2 Kings chapter 4. 2 Kings chapter 4, 1 through 8. By the way, if y'all send me a text if you want to at 717-275-3508. I did a sermon on that. 717-275-3508. Send me a text and I'll send you back that and also my daily attitude. Okay, 717-275-3508. 717-275-3508. All righty. Hey, join me in the 21-day breakthrough challenge. It'll change your life. All righty. Hang up.